Hello, everyone. Good evening. Today is December the 3rd, 2023. I'm back again, and this video will be in English because in this video, we'll be focusing on the global indices to keep a check on the health of the global performance. India is a minuscule part of the global economy, also the global markets. Whereas the global market is somewhere in the size of 125 trillion, India would be somewhere around 3 trillion. So it's a very vast market of which India, we are part of it. And our index show very high correlation with global performance of the indices. So largely, it's very important for us to know how the indices are doing globally. So let's take a quick look at the global indices, and once again through the SD rainbow wave setup or the fountain of gold setup. So to do that, first we will hide the candles and then go to indicators. Those who have access to it, they will find it here in the invite only script. So I want SD Rainbow Wave version 1. And since we will be doing index, I'll be choosing the index setup and keep the rest in default mode. I'll also need the SD RSI X, which is already included. So now what we can see, the buying actually began from about 31st, a little ahead, but mainly 31st of October, strong fight between the bulls and the bears. And then finally, it's turned green on 3rd of November. Since then, buying has been going on. So it's broadly a bull market as per the daily time frame. Here, 7 out of the 7 factors are with the bulls. And here the 3 out of the 5 factors are with the bulls. So 10 factors are with the bulls, 1 with the bear, and 1 is neutral. So broadly, it's a fully bullish market. I can also now check the global indices performance here. So I'll come down. The first index is S&P, next is Dow. Let's make the third one NASDAQ. Let's make the fourth one Russell 2000, which is US small medium cap index, 2000 stocks over there. So next put it Nikkei, which is the Japanese index. We can look at Hong Kong. We can have a look at China. And then obviously how our Sensex is doing. We want to keep a check on German index DAX. I think that will be broadly be it. And I'll keep a check on how the Nifty 500 has been doing. And we want to keep a check how it has broadly done from the last week, past 6 days, 6 trading days. So I have made the necessary changes. Here I can see the top performer has been Dow for the past 6 days, trading days. And this is the Russell has been one of the tops. Our Sensex has done excellent. So Indian market has done well. What has not done well is rather China, which is still falling, has done Hong Kong, which is still falling. I don't know what's wrong with the color here. It's falling. And the NASDAQ has been neutral. So it has lost some strength point. Nikkei has lost strength points, and these two, the downtrend is continuing. So let's look at the Dow for quickly. Here the 5 factors. So Dow obviously much stronger than the S&P 500. 12 factors all are firing green, and it's a breakout. It's a breakout of the previous this high that was made in August 2023. So bull market continues in the global indices. This is the NASDAQ. This is a warning that the momentum is going down. If we look at maybe 4 momentum factors are with the bears. Here the 3 are with the bulls and 1 is the neutral. In this fountain of gold setup, we are using 8-factor momentum readings. And broadly, the trend remains the bullish, but the struggle is there. As you can see, it's a red cap candle, means strong fight between the bulls and the bears. So price action is neutral. So Nasdaq is clearly struggling at the top. We forecasted the struggle beforehand during my class because this is where it broke from a flat zone. A lot of energy goes away breaking from the flat zone. One major warning is the momentum loss. So if you're into India Nasdaq exchange traded fund, then definitely this could be a time to take away some of the profit and then consider later on entry. Next one is Russell. Russell is back. So, and very likely it's a beautiful break by the Russell from a slanting zone in this very important line, long-term trend line or option short line 2. Those who are using Rainbow, they will be knowing it. So 1857, this is the main resistance what Russell is testing. If these flat levels act as important resistance. So, and this resistance is the most important one, known as the mountain top. So from mountain top, it can come down, or go for consolidation before further breaking higher. But looks like from the break, it has a lot of strength remaining. So very likely further high towards 1916 with an interim stopover or profit taking at these two levels, 1886 and currently at 1862. Next, we'll come down to have a look at the VIX, which is the volatility index. And what VIX is doing, let's look at first the momentum. The momentum has clearly taken a turn to the downside in VIX. So that's very positive news for the equities. VIX is considered as the risk index. So it is broadly, if it's moving lower, that's quite positive for equities. Let's look at our one of the nearby Asian neighbor, which is Singapore. Singaporean index is not so healthy right now. Singapore index not doing so well. But Sensex, our Sensex has been the top performer. Look at the breaks, heading for the break, and very likely a break is coming up. But a struggle here will be there because it's broke via a flat zone. If it would have been broken a little later, later part, then it would have been better. But it broke it strong. It broke via flat zone. Some struggle will be there, like we are seeing in Nasdaq, similar to that, but very, very much bullish. 85% probability of buy traders winning. So it's a strong probability is going on. And our Nifty 500 has been even stronger. That means much smaller stocks compared to the index stocks. They are doing much better. You should look at stocks rather than index performance. Next, we have to look at the Japan. Japan, we have seen, is not doing well. From our strength meter, is broadly remains bullish. You can see 6 of the factors here are bullish, but problem is the momentum's gone, clearly not working. So once again, 6 of the factors are also bearish. So out of 8 momentum factors, 6 are completely bearish. So it's lacking the momentum. Momentum is clearly to the on the bearish side. So I'll be careful with any kind of index investments in Nikkei. Here is Hong Kong. It is having real bad time with regard to China, Chinese weakness, Chinese property market weakness. Despite some bounce back relief in other sectors in China, we have not seen any major bounce back in the property market sector, which is a very important contributor to the Chinese GDP. And moreover, the geopolitical rift that is going on, it has led to an exodus of foreign money or foreign investments from China, and also dollar outflow. So these are geopolitical shifts. So we cannot say how far it's gonna go down, but it definitely remains bearish with a fresh weekly breakdown. So further down move in China. Now, China is part of part of our global economy, cannot be ignored. Now, if this Chinese stocks continue to go down, this can have a global sentiment impact, definitely. So this is one thing we want to keep a check on as a global risk event. So let's come down to Europe. Europe is our Netherlands. Netherlands stock index has coming back. This is a good comeback in the weekly chart, and this is a solid comeback in the daily chart. It is clearing or testing the mountain top, this mountain top resistance. A break would definitely, it's leading 788. Let's look at Italian FTSE MIB. This is the CFD of FTSE MIB. It's a beautiful break going on, and Italy's stocks has not done well compared to historical standards for very long time, but now it's coming back. Now it's a monthly break, it's a weekly break, and it's a daily break as well. So bulls are ruling. Here is a CFD on German mini DAX futures, and it has now cleared beautifully the mountain top resistance. This is the zone. This main resistance level is now cleared. There is a top level which is here about 16,338. That is also cleared in terms of price. So further big bullish move expected. And as you can see, DAX was broke via a slanting zone. It held on to its strength. After a small stopover, I'm expecting DAX to break higher. So further bullishness will continue in indices. So that's it from the indices side. We have taken a look at the American indices. We have taken a look at the Asian important indices and European. And finally, we'll be closing with a look at our Nifty daily index. A complete beautiful buying is going on. So since the buy here, 7th of November, it's a clear buy of going on for the past almost a month now. And there has been no exit signal as per daily chart. And weekly, if I see there's a comeback, a good comeback after a long time, I'm having a full green candle. So Nifty, I think, is going to continue with the momentum. We can see some strong up moves in the coming weeks and months. Definitely weeks, months, let's see, because we are in a wrong part of the cycle as per cycle, but that is not the topic of today. Bank Nifty is breaking higher too. The resistance level will be 44,978. This is the mountain top resistance. And once the mountain top resistance breaks, it's going to be higher. So Bank Nifty is breaking via slanting zone. That means Bank Nifty within a short period is very likely to reach to this 46,000 level. So some at buy support means whenever it's correction, we might be looking for some bull spread opportunities. I will give some time to this trade. I think somewhere around late December to mid-January, we can reach up to this point. It is very difficult to pinpoint time, but overall, it's structure-wise very likely this is the level it is going to reach next. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this, so kindly like and don't forget to subscribe. All the best and happy trading.